but how many sponsorships have I done? Like none. This is the only one that I'm really interested in working with. And mostly I'm just hoping to explain some tactical decisions that can help you once you start playing Voxies so you understand what to do a little bit more. What's going on, Voxie fam? Elijah here, back with another video. And today I am very excited to have Warboy joining us. Thanks for being on the channel. How you doing?
I'm good.
For those who don't know, Warboy has been sitting at the top of the Voxie leaderboard for, basically since it came out. He's dipped a little here, probably people pushing up. He's at rank 11, but the guy is insane. Look how many games he's played just this one patch, almost 14 or 1500. So I've been talking a lot with him and learning a lot. And we wanted to just discuss maybe starting with the free-to-play Voxies, the best route that you could go when downloading the game. I just covered this in my last video a bit, but since I have arguably the best player in the world with me, just thought I'd get his opinions. I think I said last time, Knight, Warrior, Ranger. How do you feel about that?
I agree with the Knight and Warrior, but I've been liking Monster more because Ranger's a little weak this patch. Its AoE move was nerfed, Arrow Volley, much lower accuracy. Monster Doom was nerfed, but it has Fear, which is extremely useful. It makes your enemies run away from you. 100% accuracy rate. So I prefer Monster over Ranger.
So there you go. If you haven't downloaded the game yet, make sure to click the link in the description. It's free to play. It's free to earn. You can win NFTs even when playing with the stock Voxies. It might take you a lot more wins than if you own Genesis Voxies, but you can win actual NFT items. I've won about 15 since playing, which I think is a very cool way to earn while being in the space rather than only having one way of earning when playing a game. Here you get to actually have bigger ticket items show up. And I want to talk a little bit about two Voxies that I'm going to purchase right now, one being a Squire and one being a Samurai. Okay, we're going to get into what you should be looking for when you're searching the Voxie marketplace on OpenSea to buy your first set, your first team of perhaps 3 Voxies. Now remember, when you play the game, you get stock Voxies, so you can also just buy one Voxie as an investment and then use the 2 other as stock Voxies, and you're going to have a higher percentage chance of getting NFT drops because there is a higher chance of drops if you're owning Genesis Voxies. And you're also going to have the huge benefits in the future of earning potential with Genesis Voxies. We know there's going to be a lending program where you can lend your Voxies out and earn passive income. And there's also going to be a way to mint new Voxies like 2nd generation and so on. With the Genesis Voxies, they are actually the ones that are going to be able to create more and help scale the game as we grow a user base. So the value there is insane. There's only 10,000 of them. So I believe stocking up is a really smart move right now in the early stages. And why don't you help me out here with this Squire? What do you think about this class? Why are we going this route? I have 15 Voxies right now. I don't have a Squire, so that's part of the reason I'm getting one. But what's your thoughts on this selection?
For this one, it's in particular, they're very cheap. It's a rare for 0.5. There aren't a lot of rares that cost that little. It has 4 movement, 7 luck. And those are the 2 most important stats because they won't go up when you level up. So when you're buying a Voxie, it's movement and luck are the 2 most important stats you can look for.
And that's mainly just because movement gives you the most options in a battle. And so what about luck? Why is that one so important?
The main reason why they're both important is because they can't be increased when you level up. But what luck does is it increases your hit chance, it increases your drop rate, and it increases your dodge rate, and it increases the chances you do more damage in every hit. So it's a very all-round stat.
And you did say drops in there as well, right?
Yeah, it will affect your drop a little bit. Very, very minimally.
Okay, got it.
Very, very minimally.
But all those other factors are huge in a battle, like you said. Hit percentage, everything he listed. Ideally, you want at least a 4 movement speed when you're going and buying Voxies, but 3 movement speed is going to be way cheaper. And still, if you're on a tight budget, I think fine, especially because the team has talked about ways in the future that they might be able to enhance movement speed for particular Voxies, maybe like a Boots of Speed. We don't really know yet. But I do think they're going to address it because it's such a huge advantage to be like a 5 versus a 3, and they're going to want to bridge that gap, I think. Squires are probably the most budget-friendly option right now, and I know you're thinking half and each seems crazy, but it's more so if you research the game or you played free-to-play and you really enjoy it and you see the potential and want to make the long-term investment. These are hard-capped 10,000, and that's something that as the game gains momentum by itself should start to appreciate. And then when you start adding in the extra earning factor and potential over the next couple of years, getting in at 0.27 could be huge. Just my opinion, not financial advice. You guys know I'm bullish on Voxies. I partnered with them, right? I'm a player ambassador. This video is sponsored by Voxies. But how many sponsorships have I done? Like none. This is the only one that I'm really interested in working with. So let's talk quickly about the Samurai, and then we'll jump into a game. Why am I making this $8,000 purchase right now, Warboy?
Look, Samurai is one of the best classes around. It's one of the rarest. There's only around 110, 113
Yeah,
of
let's
them.
take a look at that real quick. If we go into the class filter, yeah, 123 in supply.
120. As a class, it has a perfect skill set. It has every type of AoE damage, pretty much. It can hit in front of it, and it can hit around it. It has a long range skill, 4 tile range. That's very rare for melee classes. It has 2 of those skills and an extremely hard damaging one. It does over 100 damage.
Dude,
So it's
that's
a perfect melee class.
This one happens to be a 5 of 6, which right now is actually the highest movement speed you can get. Great strength. I'm super hyped to pick one of these up. As he said, there's a very small supply in the game. And then the rarest class is a pirate, and I picked my legendary pirate out like I think 4 or 5 months ago before the game was released. The floor for those is still 4.5, and that's because they have the highest level of drops. They have an insane skill set right now. They're the rarest class. And so, yeah, I'm hyped to be collecting these Voxies for the long-term hold. Thank you, Warboy, for helping me pick these out. Let's scoop these up, and we'll jump into a match. All right, so I'm actually gonna shoot this game by myself. I had to run before I could finish that video with Warboy, but don't worry because he'll be in my next video, and we're gonna be covering the free-to-play team that we discussed and using it in the top 20 of Arena to see how it does and give you the best suggestions on how to crush the competition with it. But for this one, we talked about the fancy stuff, which I've been using myself. So I'm just gonna put this on showcase and have a really fun match, hopefully book a win. And I'll be using my legendary pirate with double snowball launchers. Here's the samurai that I just bought. I have all beta fighter gear on him actually, which is the gear that you get to use for free in the game because it's honestly better than I think anything else that I could put on him. The only difference is I do have a knight helmet on him, which is an NFT item, and that just gives him the most strength. It's better than the fighter hat you see here. I would lose 10 health if I equipped the fighter hat. And my third Voxie is gonna be a Bard, which is a support class. This is gonna allow me to heal and regen and cleanse my Voxies in case they get any insane debuffs put on them. I can protect them. I also have a really nice weapon on him that does good damage and can proc with fire, which does damage over time as well. So you're gonna get to see all this in action. And mostly I'm just hoping to explain some tactical decisions that can help you once you start playing Voxies so you understand what to do a little bit more. Sitting in the top 10 right now, not mad about it. Hyped to be, you know, playing and climbing, trying to get into that top 3 for the first time. I know it's an open beta, so this doesn't really matter all that much. But more wins equals more drops, and also the clout is always fun just to see your name on the leaderboard. And I'm training for that first season. They're calling it season 0. It's gonna be about $40,000 up top for first place. So I wanna make sure that my skills are sharp for that. All right, great. Looks like we have a match, and this is a very tough opponent. Someone I think is in the top 10 right now. He's playing a Squire, a Warrior, and a Bard. So we both have the Bard for support on the back line. The Warrior is a huge damage dealer for him with lots of AoE, and the Squire has an ability, you know, I bought one earlier that I showcased in the video. It's got something called Eye Poke, which does a ridiculous amount of damage. It can be over 150 damage depending on what item you have equipped, so we have to be careful of that. Notice my positioning. I put my 2 tankiest Voxies up front and my Bard off to the side here. The way AoE works in this game is basically like this, where it goes off into 4 squares. So if all 3 of my Voxies were like standing next to each other, in essence, if this Bard was standing in this square, then I would be in AoE range where he could, in some cases, run up right away and attack all 3 of them. So I put the Bard off to the side to be a little extra safe. I suggest doing that with your most vulnerable Voxies. What do I want to start with here? I think I'm going to start to target his Squire already, or rather his Warrior. So I have Spirit Slash, look at this, 4 range, 63 damage right there, and that's on a Samurai, which normally melee classes like Samurais, they don't have that type of range ability as well. My Pirate is really beefy, 394 HP, and also has a ranged weapon in the snowball launcher, so he can attack 4 squares too. I think that might have been a little bit too fast, possibly. I think maybe better would have been to just like hang back and wait until I buffed up my Voxies with the Bard, but I was talking about a lot of other stuff too, so you know, you can't always play perfect. 65 damage to the face on the Samurai, not great there for me. I'm gonna try to now make sure I at least cast a regen on my Samurai. See, this is where it would have been nice to perhaps cast regen on all 3. It's not really a huge deal. Now, normally I wouldn't want my Voxies positioned like this if he has a warrior, because his spear can attack through both of them. But because of the turn order, I know that my samurai here, Voxie 2738, is going to get to go before his warrior gets to move again. So I'm going to be able to get out of the way of this, is what I'm trying to say. So now let's see here. I think I'm going to go... Oh, shoot. I'm running out of time. Oh, no, 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 no. This is... not amazing. Tell no tales on the warrior. Let's do that. It can silence him and do huge damage. We do 103 damage, but we don't get the silence. That's sad. We have a 50% chance to proc there to silence him, which means he won't be able to use any of his abilities for, I think it's 1 cycle of turns. But as you can see, it also does ridiculous damage and has a 100% chance to at least hit him. We already can see the pressure here of the warriors down to 92 HP. His squire has a heal ability, so does the bard, but the bard heal, as you know, you can see here, I've used my heal ability, is a regen. So it's 20 HP every 3 turns. Ouch, that hurt. It's not like a big direct heal, and I'm assuming he's probably going to have to use a heal here from his squire onto his warrior, and actually no, he plays his parrot's ability to confuse my Voxies. It only procs on 1, my pirate, so he's going to do like a random action on his next turn. Doesn't heal the warrior. Very interesting line of decision making there. I think if he did proc more than 1 on the confused, then this could have been worth it. But now I don't know if his warrior is going to make it. I am short on time here though, because I was slacking off earlier. I'm going to go with my largest damage ability, Dragon Rush, and hope for the best here. I think we did exact damage on that. Holy sh... I think the most damage I could do there was like 92 was what I saw on the bar. And we did exactly that, which is insanely lucky. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, cannot complain. Now I got to figure out what to do with my bard. I think I'll go... Alright, I'm just going to play Lullaby, which could slow him down. Has a chance to make him go to sleep. But I'm regenning. You see that 20 HP being regained there? I use this angle a lot, by the way, when you press K. Okay, now I'm just going to go over here. And I think on his squire, going to tell no tales, try to silence him. We don't get the silence again. But I can't complain too much because luck has been in our favor otherwise. So this squire is 128 magic, right? So silencing there, preventing him from using his abilities would have been huge for me. Had I done that though, his play would have been to use his bard to go and cast Moral Melody on the squire, which removes any debuffs. So if I play silence, that's a debuff essentially. And then his squire could have gone and removed it and actually cast a regen on both of them. But now, because he doesn't need to do that, it looks like he's just retreating and doing damage on my samurai. Not a bad play. I'm definitely hurting over there, down to 92 HP. We have this same weapon on our bard, which is actually a legendary weapon. It does a lot considering we're more of like a support caster class, and it can also proc for a burn. We do not get killed there, though. We go down to a very, very low amount of health, 17, but we live, so my samurai gets 1 more round of value. Now, I don't really have any skills I want to use left on him. I think I'm better off with just an attack from behind here on this squire of his. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can see here, hit chance 85%, between 35 to 63 damage. I think samurais are kind of weak against squires, or I guess squires are just one of the beefier classes. So let's see what we do. 43, we will definitely take that, not bad. And now my bard, as I mentioned, actually has deceptively good damage. Yeah, I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to try again with Lullaby because it's such a strong ability. If I put this guy to sleep, then his momentum gets all screwed up. Or do I even need to do that? Actually, no. I can just attack. My pirate goes next, so I attack. Boom, 59 damage. Time for my pirate. And do I have enough to kill? I sure hope so. Alright, so Buccaneer, I need to just go with a basic attack here. 33 to 48%. Ah, no, it's not enough to kill. Goes to 42. He doesn't have any direct heals, though, you know, again, on his bard. He could cast regen, but by the time he gets any real value, yeah, he's not going to. He's just going to try to kill my samurai. Makes sense. The regen, and he actually, wow, I positioned myself in a vulnerable way there where I actually was in range of his AoE move where I go to sleep, and it procced. So now my bard is out of commission for a minute, His samurai has great movement range there and runs all the way back into the corner. And now it's, you know, ooh, man. Am I in range? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. 4 tile range on the pistol. So this is actually going to hit. Got him. All right, down goes his squire. And now we are in a 2v1, so I think we're okay, especially because my bard has so much magic that I should be able to get like a regen off here. All right, the pirate's gonna die no matter what. Let's get our value here real quick, okay? 56 damage is huge. Now we're about equal on health. My bard is gonna get into the mix here. I mean, I might as well run up here and use Moral Melody on my pirate as well, so he actually has to attack it again to kill it. So you can see here that this fire above my head, I think it's in the next turn, will actually kill me. It does 20 damage every 3 turns. But if I play Cleanse, right, it's going to get removed, and it won't cast the regen because it actually cancels that out when there's like a damage spell on me like that. So I don't get to cleanse and get the regen. It just kind of removes it, and then I'm back to equal. But as I mentioned, now he has to hit my pirate one more time here. And so he does, he kills it. But like I said before too, I'm gaining 20 health now every few turns on my bard, something he's no longer able to do. And I just don't think he's going to really be able to put up with the heat that I'm bringing here. Let me just attack him. Let me just attack. Big damage here. 49, not fantastic, but not the end of the world. Oh, that was nice damage. And we get the burn proc. He has no way of removing that. That's 20 damage, as I mentioned before. A total of 60 damage over the course of, I think, 9 turns, every 3 turns. He hits me with proc, and he gets big damage. This is down to the wire. I am really, really going to need one more of these, hopefully. Right? Is there any point in me casting Moral Melody? No, I just need to attack. 55, another burn, and he's gonna get taken down. He's gonna get taken down. He actually resigns. He disconnects. There's the burn. That's it. GG. Very close, extremely close game. Very talented opponent. Really strong team that he has as well. Let's see if we get any NFTs. We don't this time, but that's fine. And on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned some things about how to, play Voxie tactics, what you need to be trying to do in each battle. I'm going to make so many more of these videos. And as I mentioned in the next one, we're going to be covering a team that's more of an entry level, which is still super strong. You can get in the top 10, top 20 with this team. It's just one that we recommended earlier as as the best to choose for your starter Voxies, or ones you want to go buy for a more affordable price on the marketplace. So keep an eye out for that. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.